You're listening to The Bible Guys, a podcast where a couple of friends talk about the Bible in fun and practical ways.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Bible Guys. We
Here we
appreciate you tuning in for another episode.
It's going to be amazing today.
It is.
Yeah.
It's going to be very amazing.
You brought your A game, I can tell.
I think so. I went home and turned around and got it. I left the house with a B game.
Yeah.
And I was like, I better turn around.
You better go get my A game. I left that in the closet. Dusted it off.
Right.
Ironed it real
Right.
quick. It's ready to go.
So here it is today. I'm Chris. This is Jeff, and we are the Bible Guys. And today we're launching into a segment, or next, not a segment, a series. Okay. And it is called God's Presence and Nearness.
How cool is that?
Yeah. So the whole week we're talking about how God is near us and God is promised to be with us, but in different contexts of our lives.
Right.
So it's and then next week will be a little different, but it's this idea that we're banking on the promises that are given in different contexts. So we got to come up with a name of it. What is it called? Unshaken? Is that what you called it? Unshakable?
Well, I just think it's our 50 favorite promises of God.
Okay. How about that? 50 favorites.
50 favorite promises of God.
Oh, that kind of like that. 50 favorite, which means 10 weeks.
Well, it's 5 weeks.
Oh, 5 weeks.
Is that 5 weeks? Is that what we're doing?
Well,
or is it 10 weeks?
Well, it depends on how many promises per day.
That's true.
Yeah.
How about just our favorite promises of God?
Hey, TBD. TBD. All right, very cool.
Okay.
So today, before we dive into that, we have a segment, and today is unusual. We haven't done this too much. We've done it once or twice before, but Desiree wants us to do Google Translate karaoke.
Okay.
Jeff will run he'll run lyrics through multiple Google Translate languages.
Okay.
Then read or sing, Jeff. There's an option for you.
No, I'm not singing.
No, look what
you.
it says. No, it says then Jeff will read or sing the garbled result to see if Chris can figure out what the actual song is.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not singing it. I'll read it.
She's throwing the option.
Yeah, she is.
For you to sing.
I hear the option. However,
you know that all of our listeners want you to sing.
I know they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see,
they all do.
Once you do it,
then
it's happened. Right now, they will never get this feeling back if I sing. If I sing, then they never get back the desire for it. It just goes away.
You sing a sentence or two.
It just goes away. So
no, because they've heard you sing. They just want you to sing more.
Okay.
So you can't claim that. You can't claim that because they've heard you sing something. So, sorry about that.
This is never going to work.
Okay. We'll try it again, or just try it. We'll see how it goes. Even if it's a failure, let's let our listeners in with the failure.
Okay. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Ready?
Yep.
Whoa, mon du enfant. Whoa, mon du amour.
Oh, wait a minute. Mon du
So that's
amour.
French. That's French.
Well, amour is love, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, my love.
I know. It's kind of a surprising one.
Is that what we're supposed to do? Is that the assignment? Run it through multiple languages.
Yes, I ran it through language. I chose a song. I ran it through the language. Then I just read the lyrics to you. But I don't speak any of these languages, so yeah. So that's why I chose. That was a chorus.
Can you do it through Spanish? Because I know a little Spanish.
Well, I will in a minute, but not in this song. It's multiple languages.
Okay, all right. Whoa, something.
Whoa, mon du enfant. Whoa, mon du amour.
Okay.
We've got people who go, I know what that is.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
I'm trying to think of the whoa-ohs.
Let me see.
I don't know too many, like, whoa-oh.
So let me see what year this song was written.
Crazy.
This song was written.
Man, I Feel Like a Woman?
1987.
1987.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, my love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to bore the listeners anymore.
Okay.
What is it?
It's whoa, sweet child of mine. Whoa, oh, 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 sweet love of mine.
Next time, pick a song I'm really familiar with.
You don't know Guns N' Roses from '87?
Yes, but
you were busy listening to.
I wouldn't have. I don't know a single lyric to that song other than "Sweet Child of Mine."
Well, those were literally the lyric I. That's literally the lyric I gave you.
And literally, it's the only thing I read it to. Okay.
Mon Dieu enfant. That's. Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh, I'm sure that all the French majors out there are appreciating your
they were
pronunciation.
freaking out. Okay, so now I have to do another one?
Yeah, let's do another one.
These are hard.
Do Spanish.
And
pick a song that you think I'd know.
Okay, a song that you know.
Yeah, the Guns N' Roses is a little out of my... although, I was a 1980s child, and I definitely listened to those kinds of songs.
Yeah, well... Anyways, I don't know what to do with you if you don't know a Guns N' Roses song.
Did Guns N' Roses have a lot of hits?
Okay.
Did they?
Did they have a lot of hits?
I don't know.
Okay. Here we go. I've got one coming up, and it's going to be amazing for you.
Okay.
Let me see if I can figure out what the chorus is.
Oh, this is going to be fun that you're going to actually read it in Spanish.
Yes.
This is great.
Okay.
Make sure you try to do an accent too.
It's probably not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
Yep. We're waiting.
And then we're going to put it, I just copied it. Now I'm going to paste it here into this app.
Wow.
Oh,
you
Google Translate.
You were choosing the song.
You got to get the song. So, and then you want it in Spanish. Spanish is the preferred thing because that's what you're an expert at. You're an expert at Spanish.
You're setting up to fail. That is not right of you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This one you should know.
Wow.
Tengo esta cosa donde en vecchio pero nunca soy más sabio. Las medianoches se convierten en mis tardes cuando mi depresión trabaja en el turno de noche. Todas las personas a las que he ignorado se quedan aquí en la habitación.
I have no idea. I caught like 15 or 20 words like that I sort of knew what it was. There was the word night in there. There's
that was in there.
There's where. I caught that. Donde. I caught
Tango.
Tango. Yeah, I have. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so it starts that way. What's the most famous song that starts off Yo tengo esta cosa?
I have.
Donde en viejo.
Wait. Say it again. Say it again.
Más sabio. That's the sentence.
Say it again.
Yo tengo esta cosa donde en viejo, pero nunca soy más sabio.
Soy más sabio.
I don't See,
know.
Our listeners are freaking out. I have this thing where I get older, but just never wiser.
Is that what it says?
Yes.
What is it?
I have this thing where I get older, but just never wiser. Midnights become afternoons. My depression works the graveyard shift. All the people I've ghosted stand there in the room.
Well, I don't know this in English.
Are you serious?
I said choose a song that I know.
You should have known it. It's Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift. It's her biggest selling song.
Oh, yeah. I thought
you knew every Taylor Swift song.
No, this is not even close to the truth.
You come in bopping.
This is not close to the truth.
Okay.
I know about 7 Taylor Swift songs.
Okay, so what should I have chosen?
I like them.
Lady Gaga. Should I have chosen Lady Gaga song?
I like her, but I only went to see her in concert because she was available.
Okay, so it's going to have to be like Broadway.
Now listen,
Broadway songs.
No. If you would have chosen,
I would have chosen Wicked,
any Carrie Underwood song.
Oh, gee.
If you would have chosen any Mariah Carey song of her early days, or if you would have chosen classic,
Okay, well that's
Houston.
on me. Des, that's on me.
I'm trying to think of
next time
female artists. Oh, should I?
So from the 80s, Whitney Houston songs. You don't know Guns N' Roses songs.
I would have.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
I would have. No, I know.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of female artists.
Oh, okay.
Because you chose Taylor Swift.
Okay, I see.
Shania Twain, I know every Shania Twain song.
Okay, every Shania Twain song. Well, I'll keep that on my list next time.
Okay.
Hey, we've killed that one, so let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful.
We're going to bury it and move on.
Yeah, we're going to kill that one and move on. So we are in this whole thing of...
By the way, speaking of kill, these promises slay today.
Okay. There's your transition. So we are in the book of Hebrews, and we're talking about the promises of God, and these are some of our favorite promises, right? And I think it's really important for Christians because a lot of Christians have a lot of anxiety and struggle with their faith, mostly because they don't know what God's promised. And God can't lie, right?
Yeah.
So when he gives you a promise, he's going to keep that promise. Most of his promises are if-then promises, but he makes a promise, he'll keep his promise. And so we just thought, hey, let's take some time to go through as many of the promises of God as we can. And this week, really, the promises of God that we're talking about kind of cluster on the idea of his presence in our life, right?
Do you really think most are if-then promises? I know there are a lot of if-then promises.
Yeah,
but
they are. I did the work.
Did you?
Yeah. There's more that are if-thens. There's qualifiers to most of God's promises. He doesn't just say, hey, I'm going to make all your wildest dreams come true.
No,
he says,
I know that.
If you draw near to me, then I will draw near to you. It's those kind of promises.
I'm only asking about quantity.
Yeah.
Like 51%.
Yeah.
Like
most of the
order.
promises in the Bible are connected to an obedience component.
Over
if you
half
do this, then I'll do this.
Overwhelmingly?
Overwhelmingly.
Really?
Yes.
I would not have guessed that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. They're always connected to a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like today's is connected to a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're always connected to, hey, listen, I'm telling you how the best way is to live. So live this way, and then I'll bless you like this. And that's how he always does it. So, and so, yeah, let's just read. We're going to read in Hebrews chapter 13. This is the last chapter. So this kind of closing out the book. These are the concluding words. It says, keep on loving each other as brothers and sisters. Don't forget to show hospitality to strangers. For some who have done this have entertained angels without realizing it. That's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah.
Remember those in prison as if they were yourself, or if you were there yourself. Remember also those being mistreated as if you felt their pain in your own bodies. Give honor to marriage and remain faithful to one another in marriage. God will surely judge people who are immoral and those who commit adultery. Then he says, don't love money. Be satisfied with what you have, for God has said, I will never leave you. I will never abandon you. I will never fail you. I will never abandon you. So we can say with confidence, the Lord is my helper, so I will have no fear. What can mere people do to me? Remember your leaders who taught you the word of God. Think of all the good that has come from their lives and follow the example of their faith. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So do not be attracted by strange new ideas. Your strength comes from God's grace, not from rules about food, which don't help those who follow them. And then he goes on, he closes out the chapter. But let's wrap up there. And clearly the promise that we're looking at is, don't love money. Be satisfied with what you have, because God has said, I will never fail you. I will never abandon you.
So the promise is, I will never fail you and I will never abandon you. And the context is, be satisfied with what you have.
That's correct.
And don't love money.
Right.
So it's this idea that God is with us and God will never abandon us. And that is true with every context of our lives. If we're a believer and follower of Jesus Christ, if we're a Christian.
Right.
And then, but the context today is, in this area of our lives, right?
Yeah.
And then he also, before we get into that, he throws some pretty big bombs out there. Don't forget to show hospitality to strangers, for some have done this and have entertained angels without realizing it.
What is that about?
Well, I mean, I told you, I think most of the people who know me know I have an angel story that I believe God sent me an angel. Mm-hmm. And I have very, very little doubt. In fact, I would say that there's probably nothing in this whole world that could ever happen to convince me otherwise. Right. So anyway, I think that the idea that God sends angels is, you remember that old show, Heaven Can Wait? What's his name? John Landon or something?
Michael Landon?
Oh, Michael Landon. Yeah. Heaven Can, what was it? Was it Heaven?
I don't know.
No, Heaven.
We didn't have a TV back then.
No, Heaven Can Wait was Warren Beatty's movie.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have a TV back then, so I don't know.
It was like Highway to Heaven. Highway to Heaven?
I don't know.
Anyway, he's walking on the road with the music.
Okay.
That was every episode with the guy with the beard. Anyway, the point is that have you ever talked to somebody who has like an angel story? Have you ever? I mean, besides that, have you ever talked to anybody like this?
I've had people who've wondered.
Huh.
Yeah, but I haven't had anybody as emphatic as you.
So there is a good friend of mine. He was at my previous church, and I could say his name because he's told this story publicly multiple times. So Mark Nelson, you know who Mark Nelson is?
Sure.
Okay. So Mark has the story, and I've heard it multiple times where I'm gonna tell it. It's unbelievable. Okay. So he sees a wreck on the side of the freeway, and he stops, and he gets out of his car and he runs over, and there's a lady, and she's bleeding out of her throat. Right. And it's just a horrific scene. And the windows are crashed and rolled over and things like this. So he runs over and he says, "Can I help you? Can I help you?" And then on the other side of the car, somebody runs up and peeks in and says, "Put your hand right here on her throat." And so he did it. And he goes, no, move down. And he moved down and he goes, okay, right there. And he goes, now push as hard as you can. And Mark's doing this. And of course, I mean, we're talking trauma, like ER kind of stuff here, right? So Mark stops this bleeding. And he goes, that's right. He goes, just hold it right there. So then Mark's holding it. And then Mark asks a question and then looks up and the person's gone. And within 1 second, there was a policeman in an ambulance that had come up. They just both arrived at the same time. And Mark looks this way and there's no cars and it's on the side of the road. You know, there's like woods. And he looks over this way and there's an ambulance and a police car behind him. And it was 1 second ago. And he says to I don't know who it was, one of the gentlemen. And he said, where's the other person? Where's the guy who was on the other side of the car? And they both guys go, there's nobody on the side of the car except for you. And he goes, he was on the other side of the car. He was on that side of the window. And he goes, no, there was nobody there. He goes, we pulled up behind you. He goes, he was there like 2 seconds ago. And he goes, we were behind you like for a full minute. And there was nobody there. And that's his story. And so you hear that. And now again, I'm a skeptic, right? So I'm like, okay, what's the explanation for that?
There's a homeless guy camping in the woods. I'm joking.
Right. But I mean, it's just interesting. So Mark thinks, oh, there's no doubt in my mind, God sent an angel to save this woman.
Yeah.
You know, I wish the story
God also sent Mark.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, the context here is hospitality.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Yeah, we were just getting past the first one.
Yeah. So the context is in that one is a hospitality thing, and he says that, you know,
you're saying
take care of strangers.
Hospitality with angels.
Yeah. Take care of strangers, and some people have hosted angels unaware. You know, the Bible mentions Abraham met with angels and at the beginning didn't realize it. Mm-hmm. Gideon didn't realize who he was talking to at the beginning. There's Manoah. There's people in the Bible who met angels or served angels and then later on discovered, who they were. So there's that. And, I just think about, it's just kind of an encouragement. What he's trying to do is say, one, think about your brothers and sisters who are in prison, care about them. Then he says, take care of people, be hospitable. If they need a place to stay, even if all you have is a table and a chair, man, somebody's going to be happy to spend time with you and have a table and a chair. So take care of them. So he's kind of, as he's buttoning up this book, he's just kind of giving them one-off statements about things that they should be doing. As a Christian, you should care about people who are suffering, and you should think of it as if you were suffering or people that you love suffer. And then be hospitable and take care of people. And by the way, hey, sometimes people take care of angels not knowing it, right? Then he moves on down. He just keeps moving along. Give honor to marriage. That's kind of out of place. Unless you just realize he's giving you these one-off statements. Oh, I wanted to comment on this. I wanted to comment on this. That's what he's doing, right? Have you ever written a letter? Remember back?
I have. I've several times I've written an actual letter.
Yeah. Have you ever, back in the day when we used to have to handwrite letters, you'd write and write and write and write and write, and then towards the end, you're just like, geez, this just gets so long, and the sentences get shorter. Did you do that? I did it because my handwriting's not very good, and then I get tired writing, and so I think that's what's happening here. Is this is a pretty intense book for 12 chapters and very thorough. And then suddenly you got this last chapter. He's got, listen, man, there's a million things I want to say. I'm not going to unpack them. So he says, be hospitable, be concerned about people who are suffering, honor marriage, right? None of those are connected, but it's just there. And then
he's encouraging to be a good Christian, right? He's saying live well.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is I have all these other things I want to write about, but I'm not going to write whole chapters on each of these topics. And so he's just kind of highlighting it. But then he gets to this, don't love money, be satisfied with what you have, for God has said, I will never fail you. I will never abandon you. And then he says, because of that promise, we can say with confidence, the Lord is my helper, so I will have no fear. What can mere people do to me? And I think that this is a big issue. I think a lot of people spend their life, it used to be everybody spent all of their time planting food, harvesting food, processing food, prepping food, cooking food, eating food, make babies, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, plant food, harvest food, process food, prep food, cook food, eat food. You just lived your whole life. It was just survival, and it's all you could think about is preparing and taking care of yourself and your family. Well, now most of us aren't suffering and struggling over food, and yet we still live in a very similar grind of just more. And believe it or not, that turns into, this consumerism turns into, for a lot of people, worry. And it's because we get overextended sometimes. We start to worry about it. And so he's saying, man, when you love money, you're going to struggle with worry. But if you are content with what you have, if you're satisfied with what you have, you're going to feel God's presence. If you're satisfied, you'll feel God's presence because he promised he'll never leave you nor forsake you.
Yeah, I think it's a really powerful thing to attach the promise, I will never fail you, I will never abandon you, to money and provision.
Right.
And back then, of course, just sort of what you said, everybody spends all day worrying about the next meal, processing food and getting water, collecting water. And today we don't necessarily have that kind of worry, but we worry about future things. And I'm by the way, I'm only talking about my bubble and my world.
Yeah.
Right.
You worry about the future financially.
Well, I'm talking about I just realized what I said. I just spoke like a spoiled American, right?
Sure.
Saying, we don't have that kind of worry. But most of our audience probably don't have that kind of worry. They turn on the faucet and water comes out, right?
Right. In the West, in the U.S., for sure.
In the West. Yeah. And so I know that a lot of the world is still there, right?
Sure.
But the idea that God will never fail you. So I just think that, I don't think that always means you're always going to have enough money for everything you want, right?
Right.
And sometimes we do go without, and sometimes we are, challenged, and sometimes we question, and sometimes we wonder, and we think, God, there's so many people, friends of mine, who say, I'm not where where all my friends are in life. I should be here, and now I'm not there, and something's happened, and I lost my job, and then I couldn't get one, and this is not, this is not great. But I think that regardless of how our finances play out in terms of our future and our, grain that we have stored in our barns, I think that it's important to understand that God is always going to be with us. There's not a single need that God is not aware of, and God will never fail on his promises. He will always be there to take care of us, even if sometimes we question when and how.
Right. Yeah, that verse is a quote. I will never fail you. I will never abandon you. The author of Hebrews is quoting the book of Deuteronomy. There, right?
I was looking for a note in my study Bible. And it quotes the next verse. It says the next verse comes from Psalm 118:6.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find Deuteronomy here.
Yeah, it's Deuteronomy 31:5.
Huh. Yeah, my Bible doesn't say it.
Yeah, so in the King James he says, I will never leave you, right?
Yeah.
I will never forsake you.
Right.
Is what he says. And then because of this promise, I will never leave you, I will never forsake you, I will never fail you, I'll never abandon you. Because of that promise, then the author of Hebrews connects us to Psalm 118, where he says, the Lord is my helper. Not only is God hanging around you, God's presence is near you. God is also willing to intervene for you, right? And the author of Hebrews is connecting those two ideas. He's present and he'll intervene. He's not just present and watching. Gee, I wonder what's going to happen next. But he'll step in and he'll be your helper. And so because God will never abandon me, and because God will be my helper, then I don't have to have any fear. And then he says, what can mere people do to me? That's similar to the book of Romans, who can be against me? If God's for me, who can be against me?
Right.
And that should give us a tremendous amount of confidence. So, if you're struggling financially, listen, God's not going to fail you. He's never going to abandon you. And he will help you.
Yeah.
But you have to decide you're going to be satisfied with what you do have. And stop putting all of your focus on what money can do for you, and instead put your focus on what God promises to do for you. And then at that point, there's a certain amount of satisfaction that comes with that decision.
Yeah.
And when you come to that place where you're satisfied with what God has promised, then he says, I'll be your helper.
And on the negative side, don't love money to such a degree to where you spend wasted energy and time and everything else because you're pursuing the wrong thing.
Right.
So, well, that's great. That's a good place to end. And so we will see you tomorrow for another promise on the Bible Guys.